I really want to hear your opinion on the memo that came out from the Trump administration.
Well, as Donald Trump himself said, and I agree with wholeheartedly, that he had a business. He had a real estate business that was making hotel deals around the world. When he ran for president, no one gave him a chance, including the New York Times on the night of the election, had Hillary Clinton with a 98% chance of winning as the returns started to come in. I'll never forget seeing that meter, the New York Times meter of likelihood of your next president going, literally pinned it to Hillary slowly and slowly and slowly. We got around 10 o'clock at night. It just flipped way over to the Trump side. Why would he stop doing any sort of business if he didn't, if he wasn't sure he was going to be president? That's insane. We would have no one running for elected office if that were the case. We'd have no one with business experience and backgrounds running if they had to drop their prior businesses in the likelihood or unlikelihood of them being president, no less. And then all of a sudden try and pick up the pieces where they left off. That would be crazy.
Okay, so I agree with you 100%. However, he denied the business dealings with Moscow long after the election.
Rudy Giuliani denied it. I don't know that Donald Trump ever denied. I think he said, of course, I'm an ongoing business concern, multi-billion-dollar international real estate business. Can't stop.
I love you, Eric. I love you. He did, but I can't let you get away with that. He denied it relentlessly.
He said he had no business dealings with Russia multiple times,
and he said, "I don't know anybody who does have any business dealings."
Well, I don't recall. I swear to you on my life, I don't recall him saying specifically.
Well, but so
no business dealings with Russia, because we know there are other other properties that, in fact, he sold a property that he owned in Florida for one. I think it was at the time the largest real estate deal in the history of Florida.
That one he admitted to. He said the only business
deals.
Right. He said the only business deal I have with Russia is I sold a property a few years ago in Florida. So he admitted that one, and he was straight up about it. My question is why do this? The press has no credibility. People trust Donald Trump, who voted for him, and he did it. And you can say the same thing, about with Bill Clinton. This was a personal thing; it was about sex, etc. But he stood on the plane and he looked at the reporters and he said, "I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing. I didn't even know about it." Okay, well, we find out that he did know about it. Okay, we can dismiss it because that one's a personal thing with his wife. All right, now this one comes out. Why wouldn't he just stop all this? Why wouldn't he just come out and just say, "Yeah, and here's the contract"?
Well, because I'm not sure that they had consummated the deal at that point. I think there was an ongoing concern. I saw the signature on the note on the memo as well. I honestly, Glenn, I'm being 100% honest with you. I don't remember him saying I have no business whatsoever with Russia, with the exception of that real estate dealing in Florida.
Okay, so I don't want to get in.
But if I take your word for it, I could only say that he'd have to circle back and say, explain the signature, because you do know. However, I don't think it's a problem. There's no emoluments clause violations whatsoever. Let's go back to the reality. Okay, so if in fact he said I have no business dealings with Russia, and he had a letter of intent, not a deal. You and I, Glenn, we go way back. We know letters of intent don't necessarily mean a deal is done. It means we intend to do a deal. It's not a legal binding matter by any means. That may be where he gets around it. He may say, look, it's a letter of intent. We sign letter of intents around the world all the time for everything. I've signed, how many letters of intent have you signed and or received that ended up not being a deal? Tons. So maybe that's the little quirk to it. But let's take it. Let's bring it through the machine and find out what it really is. It's really a businessman continuing to do business in the way he was until he was elected president, and then things changed. He gave the business in the dealings off to Eric and Don Jr., and to a certain extent Ivanka as well, less so Ivanka, but Eric and Don Jr.
Okay.
Because it seems to me, really, the underlying issue is not an issue. He's running a business that talks about international real estate, and he's in the middle of an international real estate deal. I mean,
Right.
There's nothing
But
there.
again, guys. Again, and it's kind of dawning on me because I've got 40 years in business under my belt. And it's just dawning on me as we speak right now that a letter of intent is not a binding contract.
No, I know.
No, it's true.
No, I know that. I know
He
that.
was dealing with them. He was attempting to get business. He kept saying, I never had any business with Russia. The closest I ever came to Russia, I bought a house a number of years ago in Palm Beach, Florida. The New York Times has him on 23 occasions. And I don't know that all of these, a lot of them are, I have nothing to do with Russia, which isn't necessarily
the
talking
same
about
thing.
business dealings, but he did say I had no business dealings with Russia. I had no business with Russia. I think, in his defense, right, he's in the middle of getting attacked constantly by the media. And probably he knows if he says he did have a deal brewing with Russia, everyone would accuse him of a million different things, and he didn't want to deal with it. And I can understand why he tried to push it off. I just feel like it's the whole Nixon thing. It's really not the crime, it's the cover up. And I don't think the crime in this case is a crime at all. It's a normal business dealings. I just wish he would be a little more upfront. That's all I would ask.